Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Welcome here to another episode of the Pitboard discussions, fresh from the Spa Belgium race. And welcome to the summer. Welcome to the summer.
Do we have summer here?
Yeah, we have summer. It's actually very cold.
It's very cold.
Yeah, it's the inverse of summer out here in Nairobi, Kenya. How are you guys feeling? Yeah. Man, summer.
Red Bull haven't been doing well.
Red Bull haven't been okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're fresh from the Belgian Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And we are fresh into the summer break. It's 4 weeks without racing. How do you feel about that, folks?
Yeah, man. I'll have to look for something that will occupy my time.
Past your fun videos?
Could be.
Racing?
I think MotoGP will be back, right?
What about you?
Before the summer break.
What about you?
Olympics.
Ooh! Nice. That's a great call. So, for those of you joining us right now, I'm your host, Ace the Trouble Man himself, joined here by
Dan.
Daktari. Less troublesome Dan. I don't know where his charisma went. It went to Checo. What about you?
The statman himself.
The statman himself, Mushiri. Yeah. So, how are you guys feeling after the Belgium Grand Prix? Because we have to kick this episode off with what's happening right now. And as of the time of this recording, we are now aware. The domino has fallen. Let me call it as it is. The domino has finally fallen. And by the domino falling, I'm talking about Carlos Sainz. We've been talking about it for quite a while now. Carlos Sainz had been holding all the cards. He's the one who has been holding all the cards for a minute now. He's the one who was making guys not make moves on that grid. The silly season was all dependent on Carlos Sainz picking a team for 2025. Context for the listeners and those guys watching. At the beginning of the year, Lewis Hamilton announced he will be joining Ferrari in 2025. That meant Carlos Sainz was without a seat for 2025 and beyond. Now, with Carlos Sainz lacking a seat for 2025 and beyond, a lot of teams had yet to lock up their driver pairings. And Carlos Sainz, the driver of his caliber, multiple GP winner. I think it's 3 race wins. Singapore, Melbourne, and is it Spain?
Silverstone.
Yeah, Silverstone.
It's one win less than Anitwaje?
Who?
Charles.
And 2 more wins.
No.
Yeah, in Ferrari.
And 2 more wins than who?
Wait, in Ferrari.
You're not going to slander my boy.
I love this.
Listen, in Ferrari.
Let's go. Not going to
Charles
slander.
has only 1 more win than Sainz.
You're telling me Charles Leclerc has 4 wins?
Yes.
Nah, I can count his wins.
Just Google it. Wins in
Monaco.
Ferrari.
God damn.
Two.
He has a Monza win.
Let's check.
Bahrain.
And that is how the cookie crumbles.
Bahrain. Those are 3. Bro, he has more wins. He has more than 4 wins.
Oh, 6.
Yeah, he has 6.
He has more than 4 wins.
Yeah, 6 wins.
I'm like, I've already mentioned 3. He has more than 4 wins.
2022, he had a couple of wins that year.
Yeah. When he led
The
the
first 2
championship.
races with the first 3 races.
Yeah.
Max.
Okay. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
I love that start, though.
So
But,
it's how many more wins?
Who?
2 more. Huh?
He has 3.
3 more wins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like half.
Okay, so we digress. Back to Carlos Sainz. So Carlos Sainz announced he will be moving to Williams, and when I saw the news break, I was actually shocked. I was shocked, but
Why were you shocked?
I expected him to move to Mercedes,
Toto
and
said he has no interest.
and the second team I expected him to move to was soon to be Audi, Sauber. Now, the reason I'm putting Sauber in it is because Sauber had just hired Mattia Binotto and they'd fired the existing regime. And remember, Mattia Binotto is the guy who signed Carlos Sainz to Ferrari back in 21. Back in 21. He's the one who signed Carlos Sainz to Ferrari. And Audi were vocal on their desire to capture Carlos Sainz. And so are Williams, by the way. But the Audi project, with them having their own factory, with them, being motorsport giants, because, hey, look at Rally, look at Formula E, wherever they go, these guys are actually top performers. And it looked like they would actually get Sainz to sign for them. But Sainz looked at these teams and he was like, hey, I don't know if you guys are watching the current season, but Sauber in a bad place.
Yeah.
Kick
Sauber
Sauber in a bad
have
place.
0 points, man.
And we are at the middle of the season.
Yeah.
We're 12 races in.
Yeah.
And they have 0 points.
Williams have 4 points.
Okay, let's talk about Williams for a second, yeah? James Vols. Ever since he came in under the new ownership, the ownership that actually bought the team from the Williams family, James has actually taken strides, big strides at that, into actually pushing Williams to where they are expected to be. And that's the midfield. Because at this point, we don't expect Williams to be performing at the front of the field.
Are they really? I'm
Just below the
midfield
midfield,
team?
just below the midfield team. But last season they had really good performances.
I think this year so far they've had better compared to last year.
Yeah.
This year we've seen Albon making Q3 appearances. And I think also Sargent. I think
He's
there's one-
eliminated Checo a couple of times, yeah?
Yeah. And also Sargent has also qualified Checo. Yeah, but I think Williams have done better this year compared to last year. But sorry, I digress. Proceed, sir.
Okay, now, if I were to ask you in retrospect, before now take away the whole caveat of Carlos Sainz signing for Williams. If I were to ask you, what is Williams' Achilles heel? What would you say?
Williams Achilles heel.
Yeah.
Corners.
I think a majority of guys will actually lean towards the driver pairing. Because Logan wasn't particularly...
Logan is your guy. So you used to sing for him.
Yeah.
By the way, you can sing for him one last time.
Hey, come on.
One last time. One last time. You know he's going.
yeah. You know, Captain America, man. So,
Don't do it.
okay, I think that was one of the Achilles heels. They only had one driver performing, and that driver was Alex Albon. Alex Albon was struggling to, as you said, take that car to Q3. And you know, a Q3 means a top 10 start, and a top 10 starts gives you better chances to actually finish within the points. Now, with the driver pairing of Carlos Sainz and Albon for 2025, 2026, and beyond, because that's what the contract is, that's actually one of the stronger pairings on the grid right now.
You know why?
Why?
Because both drivers don't have appendices.
That's a wild take, bro.
Yeah, it's both of them are decent drivers. Yes, we haven't seen Albon. We haven't seen Albon at his best. Even at Red Bull, he was still a very junior driver back then.
Yeah.
In a top team, and he succumbed to that pressure. At Williams, I think he found a home, if I can put it that way. So James has really worked with Albon to try and propel the team to becoming like a mid-team team. And Williams and James, I think they're a long-term project. They're not looking at getting into, let's say, like battling with Aston next year. I think for them, they're looking at developing, first of all, pushing up the team, having experienced drivers who can help the team, first of all, structure the car, and maybe help them try, maybe mount a challenge come 2026. Not a challenge for the championship, but maybe to again move forward a few steps forward. Because Williams, I think the best performance that they had was it when Bottas was still with Williams. When was it? 2017, 16, somewhere there.
16.
Yeah, I think that was when Williams 17. Also, I think up to 18 when they still had that car, white livery rocket. I remember they were a decent team back then. Then of course they fell off. And now James coming in. I know he'll be breathing a sigh of relief, signing Carlos and letting Logan go.
Yeah,
because he's given Logan time. Just think about it.
Yeah,
ever since he joined, he's how many years now? This is
2.
Yeah, he's been very patient with him, and I usually watch their post-qual interviews and the post-race interviews, and I think I think you're still seeing the same Logan who joined us.
But they still did my
because
boy
it's just
dirty.
like it is what it is, man.
in as much as you guys want to take digs at Logan, I think they still did him dirty. You remember that time they took his chassis away and gave it to
Australia.
Was it Australia?
Yeah, Melbourne.
They took his chassis away and gave it to Albon, and Albon had just crashed his car, and I was like,
Yeah,
that's disrespect.
Yeah, that was disrespect.
Wouldn't happen to me though.
Yeah. By the way, have you noticed after that incident, I haven't had Logan say anything. He's
been very quiet by the after that.
Maybe he knew, like, hey.
So even James wondered how he landed Sainz.
Yeah,
like Sainz, yeah, because he expected Sainz to go either with the top teams, or he wondered why Mercedes didn't pick up Sainz. Like, because Mercedes primarily is now at the moment is Kimi and
focusing on
not Sainz.
Kimi.
Yeah, so he was wondering about that, but he is happy to have Sainz. And on the other hand, Sainz is, as we say, he's a decent driver.
Correction, he's a multiple GP winner.
He's still a decent driver.
He's better than Lando.
All of them are decent drivers.
Yeah, he's a decent driver.
Closer to Max than Lando. He is closer to Max than Lando is.
Who? Sainz?
Yeah.
Just proceed.
Okay.
And
so what I
loves
noticed,
hating Lando.
What I noticed that Sainz has actually raced for the top three old dogs in Formula One.
So we have the big four teams currently, and we have the three old dogs.
The three old
now,
dogs.
who are the three old dogs, Mr. Statman?
It's Ferrari, Williams, and McLaren.
Yeah.
Now, question. We know Ferrari get the bonus cash. These are digression. We know Ferrari get the bonus cash at the end of the season for being the OG team.
No one cares.
Now, chill. Let me land. Now, do Williams also get that whole package of being, listen, you've been here for quite a while, so here's some cash?
I don't know what's the criteria. If you ask me, I don't even know why they give that to Ferrari. Yeah. I don't even know why. So
Mafia.
They for me, it should not even be a topic of discussion. The points that you earn or the position that you finish is the money that you should get. Izo zingine.
Politics,
yeah.
Okay. Moving on. I don't think it was a tough sell for Sainz, or it wasn't something difficult for Sainz to pick up on or to choose, because looking at Sainz and trying to pick his brain on why he decided to settle for Williams. Listen, Williams. Let's look at the options that were viable for him. Mercedes had said no. Red Bull were like, "Hey, we're sticking with Checo," because they did announce they're going to stick with Checo.
Funny thing, by the way, just look at the sequence of events. Which one came before the other?
The Sainz announcement.
Red Bull confirming or assuring that Checo will be driving for us till the end of the year, or Carlos.
I will get to that. I have my own explanation, but it started with Sainz.
Yeah, it started with Sainz.
Sainz announcing for Williams.
But we could argue it also started with Red Bull, because remember the weekend, at the Spa weekend, when Checo was asked, are you expecting to return after the summer break? 100%. He said 100%.
But we know Sainz is not the one calling the shot. Yeah, every drive, even if it wasn't announced for Logan and was asked, "Are you coming back?" Probably would have said yes. But are we done with the Sainz?
No.
Sainz, I think Sainz was auditioning for Checo's seat.
Yeah, Sainz was auditioning for Checo's seat.
Until Red Bull, I don't know what's happening at Red Bull. Until
I have my theories.
We are going to wrap our hand around our boy Checo, and Sainz was like, "God damn it! I'll take my services to Williams."
But if for me, the way I see Sainz chooses because of mostly to do with stability. Like if you see what was happening in Sauber or coming Audi, changing of the Nini, even Alpine, there's like chaos there. So he said, "I want peace, so let me go where at least there's some order."
James has also been a vocal fellow, because James has also been like, "Hey, we are interested in Sainz. He is our focus. Our focus is 100% on Carlos Sainz." He was very vocal in trying to land Sainz. And I think the Williams project was more convincing, since, again, they are going to be a customer team for Mercedes. Now, Alpine were like, "Hey, listen, you've been with us before. Just come back home." And Sainz was like, "Nah, bro. I'm not having that. Now,
that place is messed
and
up.
they were trying to they were trying to sweeten the deal by, hey, listen, we are going to be Mercedes' customer team. And from the word going around is Mercedes have actually figured out the engines. They're actually on top of things, just as they were on top of things back in 2013. That's the rumor. That's the rumor in Europe. Now, I know Sainz is looking at it like, I mean, Williams are also a customer team. And Williams have been stable for 2 years now. And they're on an upward trajectory. And my teammate is Alex Albon. And if I go to Alpine, my teammate is Pierre Gasly. Albon, Gasly. My team principal is a solid fellow who has a resume of performing and actually has, a background in winning because he was from Mercedes, that dominant Mercedes era where they won 8 titles in a row. Mm-hmm. And he was like, this stability is actually something good.
Yeah, makes sense.
For Williams, they're getting a driver who can actually also bring in sponsors. I mean,
plus, you would want to go to a place where they need you more than you need them.
Yeah, they need him.
I'm calling it Alpine are going to exit Formula 1.
You think they're going to be bought out?
Yes.
Toyota?
I don't know who.
Porsche? Porsche and the Red Bull deal fell through.
I don't know who, but I think they're leaving.
Yeah. I mean, they did close down their factories.
I didn't even think of it like that. But anyway, nowadays, I came to realize in Formula 1, anything can happen. Anything that can happen under the sun might just happen.
Are you expecting Red Bull 3-star Ryan Reynolds to cash in? We know he's an investor.
I don't know. It depends. Do you think Alpine is a better team as in stock-wise or share-wise?
At the moment.
Yes, are they
I mean,
better?
everybody's jumping ship. I mean, over the Spa weekend, Mr. There will be.
The consequences.
The consequences caught up with him.
At Spa. And Alpine have a thing.
With Spa.
Yeah, they're just firing people at Spa.
Who's the other guy? The guy with the specs.
Otmar.
Otmar, yeah. I mean, listen.
Otmar with his briefcase.
This downfall of Alpine.
I mean, he looked professional. Otmar is like that kind of lawyer. I mean,
He was checking in with his catag. Night. What's going on?
what is going on?
There will be consequences, Otmar.
There will be consequences. The consequences caught up to him.
And Famin was also shut the
He was
door.
like, my Mr. Consequences. Consequences that way.
Yeah.
Even Piastri, as a rookie, he saw it from afar.
Oh my God, everybody's dropping Alpine like a hot potato. Yeah. I'd actually
Alonso.
forgotten about Alpine. Alonso was like, hey, that's my cue. That's my cue. Damn, what's happening? Yeah. I actually see what you're cooking there, bro. I think I actually will not disagree with you on that. I love disagreeing with you because your takes are trash. But I won't disagree with you on that. So
So now to Esteban Ocon.
Okay,
Esteban also dropped them. Was he kicked out or he dropped them?
No,
He was kicked out.
He was kicked out.
Now, this kicking out is that kind of kicking out. Now, imagine you're in a relationship, yeah? And you and your partner aren't really seeing eye to eye. There's a third party. And somebody else is already talking to you on the side. When your partner tells you she's trying to move on or he's trying to move on.
Wait, are you talking about when
I'm talking about the
Ocon
Ocon situation.
visited the which team
Yeah.
headquarters
Yeah.
with an Alpine car and they were able to track it?
Yeah.
What?
But he was already released at that moment. He was already released.
With
I
what?
don't think so. You didn't see that?
No.
My friend.
I think
just
he went to
stick around
Williams'
social media.
headquarters with the company car of Alpine.
He went to negotiate another car contract, another team's contract with an Alpine car. And
they were able
Alpine
to track
car
it and they were
was
saying,
like, they were able to see the movement of that car. They were like, you are at Aston Martin.
When was this? Was this before
after
Canada?
he was
This
released.
was
He was after they
After
departed.
Canada.
Was it Monaco? I think it was Monaco.
It was after they announced they departed.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
No, it was before. It
wasn't
2 days
before. It wasn't before. It was after. If it was before, it would have been such a big controversy and news.
I actually
Even
thought it was
Ramen,
before.
I'm sure
I actually thought it was before.
No, it
and
wasn't
I felt
before.
that's why they announced it at the middle
No,
of the
it was
week.
just, it
Because
was, by the way.
The announcement was like on a Wednesday. Yeah? The announcement was like on a Wednesday. And I remember, I think I saw that thing at the beginning of the week. And I was like, oh, damn. They dropped it.
It was a by the way.
Okay, so that happened. And yeah.
Let's
now,
get to Checo and Red Bull.
Nah, there isn't really much to talk about Checo and Red Bull. Or do you have anything to say about Checo and Red Bull?
So this is how I saw the event. So you remember
the
I said
events. Okay.
the events. So this is my theory. So I think there were rumors Red Bull they wanted to replace Checo.
Yeah.
And I think that is what even in the paddock everybody knew that.
Yeah.
That is when Sainz made the decision to stick
There was
with
all
it.
talk about this.
Yeah. There was a lot of talk about
clauses and all that.
there was a lot of talk about Ricardo replacing Nini.
Yeah. I actually thought it was
now
going to happen.
after everybody thought even right now
Mhm.
is it either today or yesterday Ricardo is doing some filming in Imola and Lawson was supposed to do some practice. So Ricardo was also supposed to drive Red Bull.
Are you sure? It's not the V cab.
He's driving the V Cab now. It's like a promotional
Both
shoot.
of them. Him and Liam.
And but Lawson is also doing like a practice Nini. And it was also a way of both of them auditioning to see like how they compare with each
They
other.
have benchmarks for them.
Yeah.
They're auditioning for that V cab seat, not Checo's seat.
It was supposed to be Checo's seat. Now, this is my story I'm telling, okay?
Okay.
Now, everybody, even Liberty Media, everybody knew Checo is being dropped, but I heard Liberty Media stepped in and said,
The Mexican fan base.
October is coming. We have Mexican GP banner. We need to sell those tickets, man. We need to sell those tickets. So don't drop him. And also, Apple is launching in Latin America, and they have a documentary about Checo launching today. And then it happened that at the time they are launching the story of Checo being in Formula One and in a top team, and then you're dropping him.
Bad for business.
It's bad for business.
What happened to Red Bull, man?
I mean, I've been saying this for a minute, and you've been shooting me down.
That
I've
is
been
what
talking about how Checo has the people. He has the people. He has the masses.
now that's
He's bringing in the money.
I'm not going to hear it.
He's bringing in the
it's
the cheddar.
ticket selling in it. But like you were saying, I don't know what is happening. Red
think
Bull
Telcel
didn't
is a
care
joke.
about that.
Is Telcel?
But he's I believe he's the only South
This
American
is a
driver
Checo contract.
on the grid, right?
Yeah, he's only South American.
Yeah. So it makes sense why the entire continent is going to support him.
Yeah, and I mean, but Checo. I mean, I don't want to talk about his performances.
And it's not just that Checo and sponsors, but South American drivers or Latin America watching Formula One.
Even
Pasa.
in Interlagos.
Yeah.
Brazil.
Yeah, it's okay. It's Lewis territory.
I mean, yeah,
But-
he's an honorary citizen, buana.
Yeah, but it's still Latin America, and
Yeah.
Checo.
I mean,
still has
Telemundo
some-
need to sell.
So maybe if they're going to drop him, they do it at the end of the season, but not in the middle of the season.
Well, it's been confirmed that he'll drive until the end of the year.
Can't wait to
What
see
do
him
you
for
think? What do you
2025. Can't wait to see him for
What do you think
2025.
What do you think?
About the whole situation, yeah.
Really bizarre, to be honest.
Bizarre.
Red Bull is known for dropping drivers even in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Albon, Gasly. Ching ching! De Vries. Now looking at, as in Red Bull, the driver academy.
Yeah.
At the top. So Red Bull did something different when they decided to bring Checo on board 2021. They went for an older driver who was outside the Red Bull driver academy,
Yeah.
as opposed to promoting a junior driver up the ranks.
Yeah. And
And-
characteristic.
Yeah, it made sense. 2021 was going to be Red Bull. Oracle Red Bull Racing needed a solid number 2 driver in Checo. At that time-
Interjection.
Mhm.
When did you guys start using the Red Bull powertrains?
Red Bull
Re- rebranded.
2020 last year, 23.
I was trying to see if I can find some pieces in there. Okay, continue.
So Red Bull decided to bring Checo on board 2021, an older driver, a driver outside the Red Bull driver academy, and I think it's been I don't know if it's to me how I'm looking at it, and this is my story.
Mhm.
Now I'm saying that power struggle thing happened because if Dr. Helmut Marko had his way,
Yeah.
Checo would have been axed even last year.
I believe so.
And Dr. Helmut Marko, for those guys who don't know, he's the guy who, he's a doctor. He's the guy who looks at the Red Bull Driver Academy. So we are looking at drivers in
He's the watcher.
VCAB, yes, formerly Alpha Tauri, and also Oracle Red Bull Racing. So if Marco had his way, Checo would have been out. But now we have Horner, who doesn't have a say, if I can put it that way. Wait, he doesn't have a say. Wait,
I haven't said anything.
I'm putting in some context. So after the passing of Dietrich Mateschitz, I think that's his name.
The Austrian owner.
Yeah. So now I think you're seeing a case where I think Horner is for Checo maybe to still stay on board. Yeah. Because Horner has been like, yo, we just need to give Checo time. We need to give him the car that he deserves. But Dr. Helmut Mark on that other side is like, we'll see. I'm giving him up to Spa. Let's see how it's going to happen. Then recently now it's like, it's confirmed he'll drive until the end of the year. Not until the end of his contract. So I'm seeing if Horner wants Checo to remain, I don't know why. Guys are saying, oh, it's money, but I'm not buying it.
I think it's also money. Is in there talk of Horner wanting to buy a piece of Red Bull?
Those are rumors, man.
It's not happening.
Those
He's not looking up to Toto.
Those were rumors.
I mean, rumors are twisted truths at times.
Nah, bro. You remember when when we had Akasaga, the famous email with pics?
File. I don't remember the name of
The
the
attachments.
There was a witch hunt.
There was a witch hunt on who?
Yes,
On who?
on Christian and Red Bull as a whole. And remember we talked about it. We said that is grown up.
Can we not talk about it?
If you look at it, it's grown up things.
Yeah.
Can we not
But
talk
all
about
these other stories, it's just pure witch hunt.
it? We do not want to get cancelled. Can we not talk about it?
No, I won't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, interesting perspective there, Mr. What's your name again?
Mr. I want Checo out.
Mr. I won't check you out. Now,
Checo is still my boy, man.
I won't speak on Checo because I'm always hot cold on the Checo situation.
Yeah.
We talked about this and he was calling me or telling me, "Hey, you're full of shit," and I was like, "Yeah." So it is what it is. I expect him fully to drive for Red Bull Racing next year.
There's a sinister motive. Or there's a
I'm
reason why you're
expecting
saying
him there. Hey, vamos Checo. Vamos.
Ferrari is not going to take the constructors
Hey,
championship.
my guy, chill. Just wait. Anyway, so
that is so uncharacteristic of Red Bull.
Hold on. Now, there's something else, you guys. Just before we conclude the topic of the driver markets, because this is what the summer break is all about. This is where silly season happens. But majority of the silly season this year has been happening at the opening of the season, the first half of the season. That's where everything happened this year. But silly season happens during the summer break. Now, one more thing left. Audi. Now, we do know at this point, Audi have actually completed the 100% takeover of Sauber.
Yeah.
And they're going to rebrand officially in 2026. So next year will be the last year we'll hear Sauber on the grid. Now, there has been a lot of outgoings at the Sauber offices. And some controversial-esque incomings. And by controversial, I'm talking about former Ferrari boss, Mattia Binotto. Now, Mattia Binotto was announced to be joining the Audi regime, the Audi team.
Are you happy for your Binotto getting that seat?
I mean, I'm an admirer of Binotto. I won't lie. I'm an admirer of Binotto
And a big admirer of Fred.
Yeah, I'm a big admirer of Fred. Yeah, but
are you happy about?
I don't know how to feel. I'm indifferent on the situation. I'm indifferent on this. The emotion associated with that announcement is more of, oh, he's back. it's
not like, yay,
it's not, it's oh, he's back. Because it's like,
or you wanted him to come back to Ferrari.
Yeah, his talents. He's a talented man. From a technical perspective, I do believe he's a very talented man, and he's somebody I look up to in my own respects, in his own respects or whatever. And I do believe this is a place whereby he can actually try and do something because less pressure there. But they do have the facilities. I don't think their facilities compete with Ferrari, but it's up there.
He's
it's top
coming.
tier
He's
facilities.
taking 2 roles, Team principal and
Technical director. Yeah. I mean,
that should be interesting.
yeah, I mean, he's getting the same role he had at Ferrari, and that's why I'm saying it's an opportunity for him because he will have the facilities, and the Audi facilities are up there with Akina McLaren.
Hold up. Speaking of facilities, so the F1 project that Audi is running, it's not at the Audi factory.
No, it's not at the Audi factory. They're building a new one.
Yes, and that's a ghost town,
Different from
but they've
Yes,
hired, I
there's
think, 1,000 employees in the past.
bro. It's a ghost town.
like
There's
a whole new
yes,
facility.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
There's
something
a-
you're building from the ground up.
there's a video that I saw on YouTube. There's a guy who was passing on a weekday,
Okay,
trying
is it in
to
Germany?
peep to see if there's any activity.
In Germany.
Bruh.
Eh?
No, I think it's in UK, Bado.
Yeah, I also think it's in the UK.
Okay.
The parking lot, 1 or 2, 3 cars, man.
Yeah, but listen, 2020.
And this is
far
like
away.
one. Eh? Bro, what are you talking about?
I mean, still a year and a half. A year, yeah.
The regulations were announced just the other day.
But bro, these guys are still in the process of kind of switching up the team from the inside out. By from the inside out, I'm meaning the guys who are at the top positions, they're like trying to scout other guys. They're trying to bring in new talent. They're trying to bring in, you know what I'm talking about. They're trying to see if they can get the top drivers. That's what they're on about. With the calling it a ghost town is, I think.
No, but by a ghost town, I mean I'm describing how the facility looked like.
Oh, metaphorically.
Yes, 1 or 2, 3 cars on the
Oh
parking
no,
lot.
you're talking about it literally, not metaphorically.
As in, it's a ghost town. There's nothing happening.
Listen.
That's okay.
No, it's not. For me, it's alarming, and I think that's why Audi decided to kick Seidel out, and I think the other guy is called Hoffman, the Audi guy.
Was Seidel at McLaren at one point?
Yes, he was.
And wasn't he at the time where McLaren was struggling?
Yes.
And wasn't he kicked out and McLaren started
No,
performing?
he wasn't kicked out.
Oh, he left.
Yes.
And McLaren started performing.
McLaren, okay. Correlation is not causation. Just because he left doesn't mean that McLaren started performing.
I'm just
McLaren
giving-
hired a few guys. There's a guy from Red Bull, I think his name is Dan Fallows or something.
Aren't you talking about the team principal from Ferrari?
I've said a few guys. So there's Fallows,
Agenda, master agenda.
and he was a Red Bull engineer and used to work very close to them. Actually, it's rumor that he's the guy who maybe has brought in some sauce into that car,
What sauce?
suspension and other things
Which car?
into the
Oh, the
MCL38,
MCL6.
the McLaren car.
The 60 is the last year one.
Yes,
Okay.
because he also did the same thing at Red Bull, 2022 with Adrian and the other guys.
Piawache.
Piaget is aerodynamics and other things. Yeah, they were working together. Yeah. Now there is that Dan Fallows. I think that's his name. He's a big guy, and the other guy is of course Andrea Stella. So those are the two guys who came in after Seidel left for Audi.
Yeah. I mean, you were very, this guy was from Red Bull. Why didn't you say that about Stella?
About who? Stella.
Yeah. Where was he from?
Where was Stella from? Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. You should tell them the way you're telling them. He was from Red Bull.
No. I feel some type of way after him after his remarks after Austria. But he's a top lad.
Yeah, he is. Okay. That is it, folks. That's our analysis on the driver market during this what is it called?
Summer break.
The summer break. We're excited. Stay tuned on the Olympics. What are you watching on the Olympics?
Hey man, I watched the gymnastics
I
yesterday.
knew it.
Damn it.
Gymnastics. It had to be.
Okay, wait. Where did you watch it at?
Why were you watching gymnastics?
You watch Wapi?
You want me to plug them? They're not paying us.
Okay, so
Showmax.
Why wouldn't you watch javelin throwing?
No, as
is
in
it imefika kweli?
Asijui.
But
kulikuwa na football, kulikuwa na swimming, kulikuwa na gymnastics.
Decided
But
to
I
watch
really
gymnastics.
enjoyed the gymnastics. I have never sat down and actually watched
Okay,
gymnastics.
honestly, because I also watched
The
a few
ladies
clips.
and those men, those guys, hey, top athletes, man.
Yep. Yeah. Like hata pia wewe mwenyewe una cringe watching them.
It wasn't cringe. It's more of a tense moment because you're like, ooh. I think Serena was also there. Serena and some few celebrities were the gymnastics show.
I don't know.
I didn't see.
You're watching for celebs.
I wasn't watching for celebs. I'm saying it was a tense moment. You could see it's a big deal.
Me, I appreciated swimming more. Swimming.
Hey, this is not an Olympics show. Hey, okay. This is a Pitboard show. This is a Pitboard discussions. And catch you on the next one, yeah? Peace.